There are three ways to write CSS in our HTML file. 1. Inline CSS. 2. Internal CSS. 3. External CSS. Here is an example on how to declare an inline CSS. We create simple HTML file, then I will use the p tag to create a paragraph, then inside it, I use the lorem ipsum, simply type lorem then press tab key at your keyboard. Inside this paragraph tag, I can insert an inline code for my CSS, such as color and font size. The style attribute is just like any other HTML attribute. It goes inside the element's beginning tag, right after the tag name. The attribute starts with style, followed by an equals sign, equals, and then finally uses double quotes, which contain the value of the attribute. Save your file in an HTML extension name. Take note, in an inline CSS, you do not need to have a file extension name of .css because it reads inside the HTML page as CSS instead of calling for another file with a .css file extension name. In our case, the value of the style attribute will be CSS property value pairs, property value. You can have as many property value pairs as you want. Unlike normal CSS syntax, inline styling does not use selectors or curly braces. Don't forget to include the semicolon after each pair. The syntax to write a CSS code comprises of selector and a declaration. P is a selector. It selects the paragraph p tag, while the color red is declaration. Declares red color to text inside p tag, then the color is a property, while red is a value. You can insert multiple styles in one selector or a tag, however, it is not an efficient way to write as it has a lot of redundancy. It is also self-contained, and inline CSS is uniquely applied on each element, but the idea of separation of concerns was lost. Web developers do not often use inline styles and creating web pages, for many reasons. The reasons include semantic markup, maintainability, reusability, and scalability. Note, the declaration block consists of property and value, in the form of property, value. And we can have multiple declarations for a selector, an HTML element. So this is an example on how to use an inline CSS in your HTML pages. Take note that each style has its own weakness when it comes to designing. And this type of CSS style, which is the inline style, is seldomly used by developers.